couple months ago, I met this man and he told me this story. 2D. Haha. It all began in the 9th grade. His sexuality became swayed from the straight path he strayed, as if it only the worst to be gay. It was his worst nightmare, he couldn't stomach it. On top of it all, a homophobic hypocrite, fear of losing respect, he started giving a shit. He knew that at that age everyone judges, so in his mind the worst thing was having multiple crushes. See, he had one on this cute girl and another on a sporty guy, but every time he thought of him he'd wanna cry. Words began to hurt and emotions constantly running high. For anyone to discover his secret, he would die. How could you do this? How could you make me this way? I was born straight, but you molded me gay, he'd say. But you see, he wasn't, he was actually bi. That's the reason for the crush on the girl and on the guy. It's a feeling hard to comprehend when you've only ever seen men as a friend. But you see, this guy started losing it, harassing women online, became canon script. He lost his self-respect and the respect of so many others in a desperate attempt not to embody the colors. He needed female attention so bad to prove to the world that the only gender he was attracted to was girl. But more importantly, he wanted to prove to himself he wasn't bi, cause he knew at his school that shit just wouldn't fly. And at the end of the year, his relationship status changed, so focused on holding on to his girlfriend, he became deranged. The situation can be explained, she felt chained. He feared every move she made, and after every warning he stayed. But he never got laid, he only got played. But by his clinginess he was cock-blocked, shocked to learn he was cheated on and then dropped. At the pinnacle of the pain, he penned a paper so plain. At the top he wrote his name but began to detail his vein. But the paper got a stain from his eyes, water began to rain as his brain detailed over again how much he loved those who loved him, from friendships to next kin. And after he had written all he wanted to say, the last line he wrote read one less gay. Preparing to kill himself, he carefully tied his blanket. He would put it around his neck and hang it, chew on some granite and yeah dang it. Or he might use the knife in the kitchen, create a hole big enough that no stitching could pitch. And he finally made his decision, the man on the mission. Yeah, he was terrified, but the best option was suicide. And he had no reason why, he just knew he needed to die. Yeah, he just knew he needed to die. To die. But dude, pack up the noose and put away the knife. He wasn't gonna kill himself, no, not tonight. After hours of lying on his bed, crying, he found the strength within himself. He was not dying, this was modern day self-help. He ripped the note, cleared his throat, said, and I quote, I may be weak, but I'm not weak enough to take away the pain. I will live on for everyone who's a pawn in this game and who struggled the same. Depression comes and goes, but what's constant is love. Without his friends he would have been in the stars above. See, it took him a time, but he eventually spilled. Told his 3 best friends how his anatomy's built. Lucky for him, they were unequivocally thrilled and so overly chilled, and helped him go from rock bottom to top of the hill. He learned how making others happy was important, so much so he wrote it on a board in his room and gained strength from it when he felt distorted. In the space of a year he went from killing himself to being so good he was making others happy as well, cause he was happy as hell, so happy that his life began to excel. That by year 12 he became a leader in his own right. Learn how to make others fight, not against you, before you make them look up and adore you. You see, he wrote a speech but never got to present, but within he had a dream that one day when he's a grandparent, his grandkids come home with a same-sex partner, with no dangerous martyr or homophobic father, just some playful laughter. But this whole time I've been telling a lie. This story wasn't about just some guy. This story is the truth and the extent of my life. Yes, I was tempted to pick up that knife. Yes, I am bi. I did write a note and considered how I go. I'm sorry to spill this news and use so sudden the strength I had to summon, but it's a story I needed to share. Cause finally I don't care what others think of my hair or what I wear or whether I'm straight or square. But it's those hurtful words, puff, faggot and gay, that people seem to say to mean abnormal or out of the the way that almost drove me and so many others to slit in their wrists. So next time you're pissed, here's a list. Refrain from using the words you missed. Don't discriminate on me cause of the gender I kissed. I know it's hard, here I'll assist. If you keep using that slang, imagine a world where I no longer exist. Shit!